Good morning everyone. So synchronization of carburetors on Suzuki RF900. The first job will be to remove the tank and the airbox. Very important, before you even approach removing the tank, your petcock must be in off position. Before you lift the tank away, just unscrew the petcock from the frame and also unplug this little white connector. Now, to perform this procedure, you will need your engine running, so obviously you need fuel, but the tank will be put away, therefore you need some additional auxiliary fuel supply. The way you can tackle it is simply grabbing a plastic bottle after water, chopping the bottom off, drilling some little hole in the cap and putting the fuel line in that hole. Then apply some glue around the hose near the hole on the cap, just to make sure no fuel is leaking. Once you've got that done, you can then hook up your hose from the bottle to the fuel line in the motorcycle, put some fuel in the bottle and hang it all somewhere above the motorcycle. Okay, once you've got everything connected, start your motorcycle and then run it for a few minutes just to get it to operating temperature. Then you're going to be removing the airbox and then we can start the procedure. The next step will be to remove the airbox. To do that, you need to loosen those clamps here, just get them down and take those two hoses off. Then you're going to have to loosen this screw here, this screw here, this screw here and that one here. And then you're going to have to unscrew that screw here and also mounting point over here. Then we can take our airbox off. There's going to be one more hose to disconnect just over here at the bottom. And this one here as well. There we go. Okay, here's the next step. Get your Carbtune Pro ready, and then you're going to have to remove those little caps. There's a one cap per each carburetor, so those have to be removed in order you could connect your Carbtune Pro. So this is carburetor number 4, this is for number 3, this is for number 2, and this is for number 1. You remove those and then hook up your Carbtune Pro. Okay, so all 4 caps have been removed. This is what they look like. They're made of rubber, quite soft. And what I found really useful to get them off was the flat screwdriver and this little pick. Obviously be gentle with it because those are made of rubber. You don't want to tear them, but literally within 60 seconds they'll be off. Carbtune Pro is now hooked up to our little valves, and the way you do it is you've got 4 lines over here indicating the pressures and you've got 4 hoses coming off it. So hose number 1 will obviously go to the valve on carburetor number 1, then hose number 2 is going to go to the valve on carburetor number 2, hose number 3 will go to carb number 3, and hose number 4 will go to carb number 4. That's very important not to confuse it, so it's all respectively. And we are just about to start the procedure, so we're going to start it up and we're going to do some adjustments. So you adjust carburetors 1 and 2 first by turning the screw from the top over here. Then you're adjusting carburetors 3 and 4 by turning the screw from the top over here. And then once those two and those two are quite okay with each other, you're going to be adjusting the sets of carburetors 1 and 2 with the set of carburetors 3 and 4 by turning the screw in the middle. That's between carburetors 2 and 3, just right here. The only thing you've got to do is to set your idle to 1750 RPM for this particular motorcycle. So the way you set the idle is just over here, so start the bike up. And now, by turning this little knob, you can basically set the RPM to 1750. Excellent, so this is about 1750 RPM. Obviously you won't be able to get it exactly right, but as long as you're somewhere there, it's fine. And now let's just have a look at the indication. So as you can see, it's not very good. The carburetors are actually out of sync. So now the task will be to try to get all those 4 lines somewhat equal. When they equalize, the bike will run a bit smoother and a bit better. Obviously it's not super perfect, but have a look at this. They're all pretty much kind of heading towards 24, so it's not bad. Considering what it was and what it is now, so much better. So I'm just going to give it a tiny little tune, and that's going to be the end of the job. Thanks for watching, till next time.